Hiya, kids. As promised, I'm back now that I got a better job than what I had before, and that I'm not gonna say anything bad about. Not gonna say anything about the 7+ years that they took away from me. But anyway, got more time for this tomfoolery, as I promised. Man, people have really been jerking at my leg to get started back with this thing. For what reason, I do not know. But anyway, repping Team Slacker. Won this sweet Slacker wear shirt. Check out Caitlyn's clothing line, Slacker wear. I'm pretty sure she's got a website.com. Just, Google it or something. I don't know. Good stuff, though. Totally for fellas like us who listen to metal and sit around watching YouTube instead of doing productive stuff. 'Cause that's really been the whole hiatus. The whole hiatus has just been sitting around watching YouTube, Netflix, stuff like that. I don't know why, but I've been playing some guitar a little, but I have to admit, I haven't been able to, find the stuff I want to play. And if I do find it, it's like halfway done, tabs and all kind of. So I just like, you know what? F it. I'm watching some YouTube here. Anyway, like I promised, back with this dish rag Star magazine, and I'll give them the respect that I was giving Us Weekly. Us Weekly is like that friend that comes over and we're all cool and everything. We sit around, then they go over to another friend's house and completely trash you after hanging out with you the day before. It's just like it's a tabloid magazine that's disguised as an entertainment magazine, kind of like E. E Entertainment is kind of like the channel is, oh yeah, we're friends. Check out what they're doing. You know what they did last week? You know what they're doing behind closed doors? Just that kind of thing. But at least this is, an unabashed, hey, we're going to say stuff regardless of whether there's any ground or truth in it or anything. We're just going to go ahead and say it because that's what we do. We're a magazine. A tabloid mag. All right, Kate's pregnant again. Kardashian diet. Oh my God, when is it gonna die? God, at least Paris Hilton was respectable enough to kind of wave her off into the background, where this thing just won't die. Every other minute she's birthing a Kanye child. It's just, good God, it's horrible. Fit and fabulous, of course. Kris Jenner, 59, not bad for 59. I really think that the Kardashian behind gets a little more credit than it deserves. But at the same time, girls are, in shape. Got to give them that. All right, the talk. Man, these horrible View clones that have happened over the last 10 years. Something else. And it seems like they're actually turned out to be better shows than what the View is currently. Because since Barbara Walters, well, it's been a couple years, but since Barbara Walters left, it has been just an absolute train wreck. Oh, yeah. Driving Miss Lindsay. Uber needy for friends. Something about Uber. Uber sounds horrible. I'll never allow a complete stranger to come up to my house and pick me up and take me somewhere. Like, what? Isn't that how a lot of serial killers got their kills in the 70s and 80s? Hey, you want to ride? I know I don't know you, but get in my car. There's no telling where we could end up. Even though you want to go somewhere, but you're in my car, so I'm in complete control of where you... Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It sounds like what I'm going to do is get in some person I don't know's car and have them take me somewhere. All right. Good stuff. Katy Perry and Miley Cyrus. Brr. You see, this is kind of the reason why I kind of, left a little steam off of this whole magazine thing. It's like they just report the same thing, and then my videos were being the same exact thing every time. All right, Norton account update. That's okay. Let me take time to get that out of the front of my camera there. Gotta love these laptops. And you do a little reset on them, you get all this old stuff that you didn't want before. All right. Things are bad when credible celebrities are appearing on WWE. Like there's Jon Stewart smacking John Cena with a chair. All right. Like, wow, okay. Like, what in the hell is going on? It's insane. All right. Pointlessness. Utter pointlessness. And Pauly D, wow, DJ Pauly, like, what is, and then his selfie thing is just, people have taken the whole concept of taking a picture of yourself and made it a cultural phenomenon. Why, God, why? I blame public schools. It's because public schools are not teaching kids the things that they would have taught them 25 to, really, you might as well say damn near 30 years ago, you would have learned how to be a well-rounded human being. But now there's all this technology that allows you to just skip out on learning stuff the way that a person should learn it. And we've got a generation of people who just, wow. Okay, if nothing else sums it up, Donald Trump is actually a viable candidate for the presidency of the United States of America. Boy, huh? What? But there it is. It's because of that. It's because of the fact that people are a whole lot less intelligent than they would have been 20 to 30 some odd years ago. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. It's almost like there's a lot of stuff here that it's not even worth mentioning. A lot of Kardashian stuff. I was into fashion when I started out with this whole thing, but it kind of got to a point where that got so repetitive. And there's so many people who are getting these nods for what reason? I don't quite know. Like, I can't even see any. Is there a designer here of mention at all? Yeah, Probable, Grung, Brr, Bratinka, Maria Lucia Hohan. Oh my God. There's nothing here. J Law, who, okay. What is up with people like these chicks who date Chris Martin from Coldplay? I guess it's just because Coldplay's music is essentially for chicks. It is. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's decent music, but it's just kind of one of those things where it sounds like every album is like a soundtrack to a chick flick. Funny, we don't use that term anymore, chick flick, because that's what it is. It's a movie that's geared toward a female audience predominantly. So that's what it is. It's not to say anything sexist about it. It is who it's for. All right, Justin and Jen. Like, this whole thing of with Justin Theroux and Jennifer Aniston, it's really kind of messed up because it's like everything is tabloid fodder, no matter what happens between them. Okay, from what I understand, the guy's been married like maybe 1 or 2 times before now. So I would imagine the least attractive thing in the future of his existence would be getting married again. And then on top of that, getting married to a celebrity, getting married to somebody whose celebrity is, I mean, it is pretty big. You know, she's Jennifer Aniston is Jennifer Aniston. Justin Theroux is Justin Theroux to us people who are cool and, you know what he's done. Really funny dude. He's done a lot of good comedic writing from what I understand. A lot of movies that you wouldn't know that he had something to do with the writing on or whatever. Shia LaBeouf. Oh my God. Like, I'm trying to find something interesting here. Okay, the Royals. Funny thing is, in all my YouTubing, there's a lot of stuff up there about the what's the word I'm looking for? The Royals and what they come from and who they truly are and how they more or less kind of back the Nazi war machine for the purposes of, keeping communism down, because one of the biggest threats to monarchy or, elite society would be communism. Don't get me wrong, communism is horrible. I'd much rather be in a capitalist society. But at the same time, it's almost like it's still the same thing, but it's just a smaller group of people who have control over it. Whereas with communism, there's a larger group of people who have control over an even larger group of people. So it's kind of like we're trading a smaller group of people controlling a large group of people for a larger group of people controlling a larger group of people. You see what I mean? It's the same crime. Ultimately, there are people who will always be in some kind of bracket of not having anything. But with capitalism, that group of people is much larger than it would be with communism, because all you got to do is be part of the government. But don't get me wrong. communism is evil. The hell with communism. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, becoming an adult, you kind of see, wait a minute, aren't we kind of doing the same thing here regardless? Okay, so apparently Rosie, okay, interesting. Rosie O'Donnell is dating Tatum O'Neal. Like, what is that? I don't know. Some of this stuff is just, bruh. I gotta say, I would hate to be a lesbian and a celebrity, because you want to talk about people preying upon you for the purposes of some kind of gain. It's like almost automatic. That's definitely something they would have to deal with more so than straight guys. It's like, because you can spot a gold digger, but with it being, you know, a woman with a woman, it's almost like they're gonna know what kind of things to you know, to prey upon. And it just seems that way. It just seems like more often than not, there's some woman looking for some kind of thing, some kind of comeuppance. Well, not comeuppance is not the right word, but some kind of gain from the relationship that they're in, whether they're actually gay or not. It's almost you have to assume it, and that just kind of seems to be the case. But Rosie, I don't know. Rosie's kind of crazy too with the whole anti-gun thing with Tom Selleck a few years back. I kind of didn't really like that. I was kind of messed up because he had nothing to do with, okay, he wasn't there in representation of the NRA in that one particular incident, but hey, let's jump on this whole NRA thing. And I mean, there's a lot of valid points that the National Rifle Association has. And I mean, you got to remember that if it weren't for, you know, people like that, this very country itself would not exist. It was founded by people who valued the right to bear arms. It's true. I mean, it's a horrible thing that people don't really, they've lost so much contact with the essence of the country and the things that have built or made the country, that it just, it's an absolute mess. Like, I'm totally into, you know, freedom and everything, but not this liberal thing to the point of where now we celebrate criminals, we protest against law enforcement for doing their jobs and basically securing everything for us. I mean, then you got to think about, there's so many people who are so unaware of these countries that don't have this element of law enforcement or government, period, where something happens, some kind of crime is committed, you basically have to take it upon yourself to right whatever the situation is. You imagine not having cops? Like, what the hell? Like, some of this stuff is just crazy. And then there's people who have this bandwagon mentality where they jump onto these issues and these things that they feel are valid because some celebrity is behind it and they're selling t-shirts, and whatever company's selling t-shirts, the friends got the t-shirt, I need a t-shirt, I'm against the law. And it's just, what are you saying? Like, it's just, it's like I said, like, we produced a generation of people who are way less intelligent than they would have been 20 to 30 some odd years ago. All right. Again, there's another Caitlyn Jenner thing here. Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, even worse. This guy gets this the ESPY award for bravery or something, only to not, apparently he's not paying the family of the lady he killed on the road. And then you remember the whole thing where he accidentally killed this or caused this lady's death on the road in LA somewhere. I need to look into the whole issue, but in truth, it sounds like they're not trying to do anything for the fact, or he's not trying, or she's not trying to do anything for the fact of taking this woman's life. And apparently she was on a phone texting or something when this happened, with this big trailer thing attached to her SUV, and it hits another car who hits her car and causes her to go into oncoming traffic and die. Okay, award for bravery. Like, I mean, you know, come on now. It's just getting horrible. It's getting to the point where people who don't deserve things are getting them at a higher rate than they would have at one time. Bah! All right, Star Magazine. Did it. I did what you wanted. You wanted another Blackie Ray video. Give me some suggestions for, okay, leave some comments. I know it's a lot of people just hate the whole Blackie Ray, black guy and metal thing. You know, it does look ridiculous by my own admission. But anyway, give me some ideas of some stuff to read, because I've really kind of had it with the tabloids. You know, very little fact in them. Urgh.